There's a Chinese herbal supplement you should really know about. It's called Yunnan Baiyao, and it's got some great studies behind it. It's been really effective to manage acute bleeding. It's been especially helpful for autoimmune blood disorders, such as immune-mediated thrombocytopenia. And now they're seeing some really good results using it on dogs that have hemangiosarcoma. That's a tumor of the lining of the red blood cells affecting the spleen. In this video, you're going to learn exactly what it is, some of the research behind it, more importantly, the exact dose to give it to your dog or cat if they ever need it. Are you looking to learn more about natural pet health and wellness? You've come to the right place. Click the link to subscribe to Veterinary Secrets. Here are two examples of veterinarians using Yunnan Baiyao. Number one, an animal is hit by a car, acute internal bleeding, there's abdominal distension, all this blood within the abdomen. They don't think there's time to heal at surgery. They pull out Yunnan Baiyao, and they've seen that stop this acute internal bleeding. Secondarily, a veterinarian had an animal that was shot through the tongue, this big hole through this tongue, this massive amount of bleeding. There's no way to quickly suture that up. There's no way to properly, compress that. Secondarily, they're grabbing Yunnan Baiyao and they're seeing that actually was able to stop the bleeding. Yunnan Baiyao, it's one of the most famous Chinese medicinal herbal supplements. It was first developed early 1900s by a Chinese medicinal practitioner in the Yunnan province. Translated from Chinese into English, it means white medicine from Yunnan. During the Vietnam War, it was used by soldiers for gun wounds. It's made up of 5 primary ingredients. Number one, the one that's most important, is called Notoginseng. It also includes Chinese yam rhizome, or the yam root, sweet geranium, and glandular root. Notoginseng, it's the primary and the largest concentration of all the different herbs within this supplement, and it's the one that's responsible for most of the blood clotting abilities. It's got a really high concentration of the clotting ingredients when it's compared to the other herbal ingredients. I wanted to open up the capsules so you guys can just see exactly what it is. So these are 16 capsules, and apparently within it, it's supposed to have 16 pills, but one of the pills is red, and the red is the one which has got the highest concentration of the creepers. Apparently there's one red pill also called the rescue pill, and it apparently has the highest concentration of the pseudo-ginseng, or that fake, also known as fake ginseng. But obviously it's super helpful because of its potent ability to clot blood. Like, to be able to stop bleeding, something like a bleeding tongue that's got a gunshot wound through it, that is truly amazing. So I opened up most of all the little portions of the capsules just to see, and none of them appears to be red that I'm seeing. So maybe in some forms they come with a red pill, or the red, and other ones they don't. But they're the orangey capsules. Most of that's Notoginseng. There's one recent study titled The In Vitro Effects of Yunnan Baiyao on Canine Hemangiosarcoma. It says that Yunnan Baiyao, it's a Chinese herbal medicine. It's been used for its anti-inflammatory, hemostatic, wound healing, and pain relieving properties in people. In veterinary medicine, it's been used to control bleeding in dogs with hemangiosarcoma, and it's been reported to extend survival times of dogs that have been diagnosed with hemangiosarcoma. Wow, poodle. That's awesome. The big conclusion of the study not only was effective at controlling bleeding, it specifically caused apoptosis, or cancer cell death, in these hemangiosarcoma dogs. The first dog that I had in practice, his name is Hoochie. He died, he wasn't even 10 years old, of this hemangiosarcoma, tumor of the spleen. It had spread to other organs. I mean, he maybe only lived a month or so after diagnosis. And there just wasn't any, there were no good conventional options. Chemo is not effective. Surgery, unfortunately, it spread. It didn't really help much. But this would have been just amazing to have, and no question I would use it. So it's just so awesome we have this now as an option. So how is it being used in our dogs and cats? Well, number one, it's stopping acute bleeding. Whether that's internal bleeding that we just can't see, a hit by a car, or an external bleeding, a big gash, for instance, with damage, say, an artery, a femoral artery, you can be using Yunnan Baiyao. You really should have this in your first aid kit. Number two, it's been used to speed healing of bruises, sprains, contusions. Say someone's broken their collarbone, there's all this secondary tissue damage, you'd be using Yunnan Baiyao in that case. I can relate. I did that about 4 months ago, and if I knew then what I know now, I definitely would have used this. Number three, it's relieving pain because of its ability to promote circulation. Number 4, helping these immune diseases such as immune-mediated thrombocytopenia. You have a decrease in the number of things called platelets. So these are really key and important for blood clotting. It can help decrease that immune response. You can also see this in some of these tick-borne diseases, and we're really stuck veterinary medicine-wise. This herbal supplement, Yunnan Baiyao, would be a great option in that instance. And then number 5, cancer, in particular Hemangiosarcoma. These dogs, it's just so common in our dogs. You know, I can't count the number of dogs that I diagnose hemangiosarcoma in. And not only, number 1, is it controlling bleeding, because that's what's happening, it is specifically targeting these cancer cells, prolonging life. It's now gone beyond the realm of alternative medicine. Now some of the oncologists, the veterinary specialists, they're recommending Yunnan Baiyao for any dog that has hemangiosarcoma because number 1, it can control bleeding, and number 2, it may even have some of these anti-cancer properties. So when you see specialists recommending it, really needs to be on our radar. Is Yunnan Baiyao, is it safe for our dogs and cats? The short answer, very much so, yes. Right, Poodle? Oh, there. In one report, they used 4 times the advised dose. They were measuring, 1, that it was effective for blood clotting. Secondarily, they found no adverse effects. But there have been some reported side effects, specifically in people. One human study found that exceeding high doses of Notoginseng, it may affect the bone marrow. But these were in doses that are 5 to 10 times any of the advised dose that would be in this herbal supplement. A few people have reported skin irritations when it's directly applied topically onto the skin or the mucous membranes, i.e. the gums. And apparently a small percent of people, they report a gastrointestinal discomfort. Doesn't seem to be an issue in our animals. The one big thing I'd suggest is being really vigilant about where you source your Yunnan Baiyao from. So some of the lesser quality companies, they're going to have things such as heavy metals, mycotoxins, pesticides in some of their herbal supplements. So ensure that you're sourcing it from a quality, trusted manufacturer. I've gone through the Chinese medicine school. I know this is safely sourced. So just keeping that in mind, don't just go for the cheapest one. What are the doses for our animals? For acute internal bleeding, it's 1 capsule per 15 to 20 pounds of body weight, 4 times a day. Tool is about 20 pounds, should be getting 1 capsule 4 times a day. After the active bleeding is stopped, you're looking at 1 capsule per 30 pounds of body weight, twice daily. The maintenance dose, it's 1 capsule per 30 to 50 pounds of body weight, twice daily. So Tula's maintenance dose, it would be 1 capsule twice a day. And doses for our cats, a half to 1 capsule a day. So obviously you've got an acute bleeding situation, I'll be giving my cat an entire capsule. Looking at a maintenance dose, a half a capsule daily. Yunnan Baiyao, this really is an awesome TCM herbal remedy. If your pet is ever in a critical life-threatening bleeding situation, or has something like hemangiosarcoma, definitely get some of this stuff. Thank you so much for watching this edition of Veterinary Secrets of Yunnan Baiyao for our dogs and cats. Click up there to subscribe, hit the bell to sign up for notifications, and when you click that link directly in the box below, I can send you a copy of my free book.